Hello, comic friends, and welcome to the Titan Mail Call Christmas Spectacular. I know what you're thinking. It's too early. It's not Christmas yet. But I'll tell you what, when you are single and have disposable income, it's Christmas whenever you damn well please. So, it's happening. There's a lot of stuff here. Some are like proper, like, oh, Christmas gift sort of thing. But some of it is stuff that's been accumulating and waiting for me to make a video. So, and some stuff just came recently. A couple things came literally today. And I'm telling you, the big reveal at the end, I am not, and I'm going to open this. I haven't opened this box yet because it's that important. It's that big. I want to do it on camera. I have problems with the word Grail. I think it is overused. Where the word came from, the Holy Grail, there is one of them. People can't have like, oh, here are all my Grails in my collection. No. I understand Werewolf by Night 32 is a big book. Is it the Grail? I don't know. Anyway, but I do understand the use of it, but I think it is used a little too liberally. What I am going to open last is a freaking Grail. It is super Grail. So stay tuned for that. Or fast forward, I don't care, whatever you want to do. But if you want to hang out, see some cool stuff, then and wait for the build up, then do it. All right, so first got let's see. I got a bunch of stuff from, I think this was mostly from a single seller on eBay. They had a lot of good stuff that I needed, and it was really great. It's nice to have that from one seller. So I got a couple issues of the Incredible Hulk to work on my Peter David Hulk run and a little pre-Peter David Hulk run. Because this is 324. This is pre-Peter David, but it's a story that kind of leads up to it. And then 342 is in the Peter David run. So a couple of things there. You know, that's not what I was looking for when I bought from this seller, but he happened to have them. That's always great. I had Creeper number 5. So this is the last issue I needed of the first volume of Creeper. So now I have 1 through 6. So that's super cool. I get to read it. I'm excited for that. Great Silver Age stuff, and a fairly good copy. This book in particular is really hard to get in any sort of decent grade for whatever reason, and this is a solid mid grade that I'm more than happy with. What I first got into this guy, this seller was for Submariners, and he had some good Submariners I needed. Submariner 3, 15. 21, 24, 29, 66. This one I had, but I wanted to get replaced. And then along those lines, a couple Tales to Astonish. So had a 74 and a 94. So I'm getting all the Submariner related Tales to Astonish. Then he had Spider-Man 2099 meets Spider-Man. Just something I needed for my overall Spider-Man run of getting all like miniseries and one-shots and whatnot. And along those lines, they had the 4 graphic novels, the 4 Spider-Man graphic novels that I needed. So, Spider-Man Hooky, Spider-Man Fear Itself. Not that Fear Itself, way before the other Fear Itself. Parallel Lives. And Spirits of the Earth, which is actually a hardcover. Kind of cool. All right. So, I mean, that's kind of all filler stuff, right? Nothing super spectacular there. I'll throw this in. I got these from another seller. I bought something else from him that we'll get back to, but just get through the filler stuff. Tales to Astonish 98 and 101. Yeah, 98 and 101. So that run is filling up fairly nicely. All right, so now let's start getting to real juicy stuff. These are all from Matt from the Key Unit, X Last Level Comics X. Great dude. Love working with him. Love chatting with him. He had a pretty spicy Department of Truth lot that I got from him. So this is Department of Truth issue 3, some variant. I'm not sure who, but it's cool. It was part of it. And there were like the A and B covers of issues 1 through 3 in this lot, but I don't need to show those. We have Department of Truth number 2, Alexander variant. This is limited to 400 copies. The other Alexander variant of number 2 that was limited to 250 copies. Beautiful, beautiful cover. The Virgin homage to Something is Killing the Children. This is still my favorite cover for Department of Truth. Is the number 1 Tyler Kirkham. This is number 106 out of 500. And, these are all near mint. Like a number of these are definitely being sent in to get graded. The Third Eye Comics variant with the misprint of the name, and the 1 in 100 Something is Killing the Children homage of number 1. Healthy little lot. And this like isn't spec for me. I love this book, and I am not a big variant person. I dropped quite a bit of money on variants for this because I love this book so much and I believe in it, and I think it's really going to go someplace. I mean, it already is going places, but and the covers they've been putting out for it are just beautiful, and I wanted to have them, so now I do. And a good chunk of those are definitely getting slabbed. All right, what's next? All right, so we're getting there. We are getting there. If that isn't enough, so this is a proper Christmas gift from my father. He did the same thing for me that he did for my birthday. He knows I'm collecting all these amazing Spider-Mans. And what he did is he wants to help with that, but obviously he doesn't know what I need and doesn't have the knowledge to sort of get a good deal or pick out, a good grade or what that. So he just says, spend this much amount of money and I'll reimburse you, and that's your Christmas gift. So what I got from that was Amazing Spider-Man number 39, CGC 70. This is obviously a very important issue for a number of reasons. It is the first part of a 2-part story where Peter and Norman get their identities revealed to each other. Luckily, Norman forgets, so Peter's okay for a while. But it was a pretty big story, a pretty big defeat of the Goblin. 2, it is just an iconic cover. And 3, it is the first John Romita work on Amazing Spider-Man. And he had an incredible run on that book, and one of my favorite artists on that book. So to get that, and I wanted to get this book at a good grade, at least at a well-presenting grade, just because of how iconic that cover is. Right? There's a couple of Spider-Man covers out there that, like, do I need it to be, higher grade or whatever? And I'm not saying this is high grade, but I mean, for this book, 7.0 is not cheap. But the cover is so iconic, like this and number 33. Like I want them to be in beautiful shape because I love those covers so much. All right, so then, like I said, first part of a 2-part story. You know how much I love my 2-part stories. I didn't have number 40, so I couldn't have number 39 without picking up a 40. So I did. This is a Christmas present to me, from me, I suppose. And I got an Amazing Spider-Man number 40. Oh, can't forget the countdown. Countdown to ASM 07 with this one. And then countdown to ASM 06 with this. I need 6 more issues of Amazing Spider-Man to have a 100% complete run of Amazing Spider-Man. Or larger, looking at 100% complete collection of Spider-Man ongoing books, because that includes Web of, Spectacular, Spider, like 6 more issues. But for this, I do love my 2-part series. I love having them be in a similar grade, so I had to find one that was reasonably priced in around what I thought was around a 7.0. And I did. Obviously, this has to get graded, because I can't have a 2-part story and one be graded and not be graded. Hopefully, it'll come back as a similar grade. Like I've had the luck in the past of my Spidey 121 and 122 both came back the same grade. My X-Men 141 and 142 both came back the same grade. So if this could come back exactly a 7.0, I would almost rather this come back a 7.0 than a 7.5, just for that OCD. But yes, countdown to ASM 0, 6. Whew. Whew. We're getting there. All right. And now, time for the big one. There are 2 books in here. 2 books. One is big. The one is big. So let us cut into here. And I took off, I took off like address information so it didn't sneak in there. But I have not opened it. It is still sealed. Oh boy. This worried me for a while. Because, they sent it out when they said they would, got me the tracking number, and like it was scheduled to arrive last week. And that day came and went, and it didn't show up. And all this, and at that point, the tracking stopped updating. I'm like, oh no, not this, not on this shipment. Anything but this shipment gets sort of lost in mail limbo, but I checked the tracking status this morning, and it said it's arriving today, and I'm like, that's fine. Even if it doesn't arrive today, at least it's back on the radar. But it did in fact arrive today. So 2 books in here, if I can get in here. Let's see. Oh, very well packed. I like this new style of packing where it's hard but it's light, but definitely it's like having putting this within another couple of boxes. I like that stuff. All right, so 2 slabs. 2 slabs. This is not from Lone Star Comics. I don't think he owns Lone Star Comics. I'm guessing he just reused those boxes, because why not? So this is from Mark Haspel. You can check out, he sells a lot of stuff on Instagram. Comics on Parade is the name of that Instagram. Really good stuff. Ooh, that's the bigger one. We're going to do that one last. God, I caught a glimpse of it and I'm all aflutter. Real pleasure to work with. I didn't work with him directly. He has someone that helps him out. Her name is Sarah. And she is great. Super nice. Super understanding. Will do a lot of work for you. I had wanted this one book, and then sent her a list of like, I'm looking for this other stuff too, if we can just kind of put it all in one. She took the time to go find all that, or look for that stuff. I didn't happen to have it, which is fine, but she did the work, and she was great. A great experience all around with them. And I needed to feel assured and safe with the amount I was spending on this purchase, and I definitely felt that way. The only anxiety I got from it was due to the post office. And again, I can't blame them either. We're during holidays and COVID times, so you can't really blame them too much. It still was nerve-wracking. All right. Yeah, this looks nice. This is nice. All right, so the smaller of the 2 books is Detective Comics number 359. So this is the first appearance of Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, in a 5.0. I am more than happy with a 5.0 in this book for how connected I am to the character of Batgirl, which is not a whole lot, but I understand it is a very important character, Barbara Gordon in particular. So it is a book that I wanted to have, and they had this on top of this other book that I wanted. So I was happy to pick this up, and I also say like their prices are reasonable. A lot of their stuff is high end stuff, and it's mostly all slabs. But they are very, very reasonably priced. So, I guess this is another part. This shipment is another part of a Christmas gift to myself. I don't know how many of those you get. I'm kind of stretching that excuse a little bit. I know. All right. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. So here it is. This is gonna put me out for a little bit. Like I had to move around some funds to get this, but I am happy with it. So I told you Grail. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is Grail. So Fantastic Four #1 in a 3.0. It is it's real pretty. It's real pretty. It has cream to off-white pages. The cover is not, I mean, it is a 3.0. It's not white, but that's how you get to be a 3.0. I mean, this definitely was not cleaned and pressed. I don't know if I would want to risk it on this, and how much higher it could get, because it does have, like, it has chipping, and it's a 3.0. It has 3.0 problems. I am more than happy with a 3.0 for this book. It's one of those that, as long as it looks beautiful and presents well and is not like missing a huge chunk and all that, this sort of book I am okay with low grade on, because to me it's just about owning the piece of history, and that's what this is. And I can look at this and appreciate it for the beauty that it is, and all its faults, the beauty of those faults as well. This is a book from 1961. Yeah, 1961. I mean, this is, and I also, there's the price difference, right? If you jump up to a 4.0, any little jump in a book like this is not a cheap jump. This landed just right sort of in that sweet spot of what I kind of wanted to pay for this book, and it was there, so I took it. And I do not regret it. I do not regret it at all. So, again, the significance of this book is fairly obvious. It is the first appearance of the Fantastic Four. So first Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Girl, Human Torch, The Thing, Mole Man, throw that in there. First appearance, it's the first Marvel superhero team. But also, don't discount this, it's the first book under the Marvel publishing label. Like, this is the Marvel universe as we know it, both in comics and in the movies. It started here. Here is where that started. Whether or not the Fantastic Four are part of it or not, this is where that entire story begins. Now, I understand that, there was Captain America and Submariner and all. Yes, I get it. But the Golden Age characters are not the characters we know today. The Silver Age characters, though they have been tweaked and modernized through the years, the Silver Age version of these characters is what led to the Marvel Universe and the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we know today. This is it. This is the beginning. 100%. I mean, I guess I won't say 100%. I 100% believe that. Others might think otherwise. But, and I know Fantastic Four themselves isn't a hugely popular property. And I understand that. I love them, but I understand that it's not for everyone. but you have to give respect. You have to give the respect to Fantastic Four #1 for what it is and what it started. Before this, during this era, there weren't superhero books for Marvel. Everyone wanted sci-fi and monsters. Stan Lee wanted superheroes. And the only way he could get it, to get superheroes in a book, is to center it around a huge monster, because that was in. That was the fashion of the time. You need huge monsters. So this is pitched as a monster book, but in execution, it's a superhero book, and it did very well, and so it kickstarted the Marvel Age of Comics. The Marvel Age of Comics. Super, super important book. No matter what the grade is, no matter what your opinion on the characters of the team is, this is one of the most important comics in existence, hands down. So that's it. When I say Grail, I mean Grail. This is Grail. And I am so, so happy to have this in my collection. So happy. Ugh, I love it. I'm getting verklempt. Wow. All right. So that is it. Huge mail call. A lot of little fun stuff. Filled in some Amazing Spider-Man. Some hella sweet Department of Truth stuff. And the Batgirl. Great book to have. FF1, baby. FF1. Check it off the list. I have my list. I have my list of books that I want. And there are ones up there that I'm like, it's never. I mean, I put it on there because I want it. It's like, it's not. I mean, it's not. It's not going to happen. I get to go back to my list and say, no. Delete row. Gotcha. I gotcha. So yeah, that is it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about that Grail. Like, I might do a video on that of like terms, like comic terms, and what they mean, and my opinions on them, if that matters or anyone cares. But let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Talk a little bit about anything here that you have that you're looking for, that you like or stands out to you in particular. I would love to hear about it. I love getting up in those comments, and I reply to pretty much everyone, as if that I can, or that warrants some sort of discussion or whatever. I love getting in there and doing that. Please do so, and most importantly, don't forget to make yours Titan. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.